Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome back to Lowkpia 2.0. Today we're gonna continue building our beautiful city in City Skylines After Dark, and this is what we got so far. It is currently nighttime. You can see though, there's apparently some sort of issue going on right here with the house being on fire, but it looks like it's getting fixed up just fine. Now in the last episode, I asked you guys what I should be naming the very first district, and some of you actually pointed out that I should name it Pylon Park. Obviously a StarCraft reference because I must construct additional districts, and I actually kind of like that one. So the first district now lives under the name Pylon Park. Today I'm just gonna be continuing this playthrough. I have installed a couple of mods that some of you suggested as well. If you have any more suggestions, let me know down below the like button in the comment section of this video, because there's a lot of mods that I'm not aware of. Alright, so the first thing that we will do today is actually construct an entire new district, or at least like expand on the district that we already had. I'm gonna start building an extra bit over here that will allow us to... Can we actually make that? Yeah. That will allow us to make this city a little bigger, because as you can see, there's a massive demand right now for residential areas, and I think I'm just gonna actually connect that towards the existing Pylon Park and probably add it to that district as well. Look at those graphics, it looks amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna be continuing building right here. I've already added some extra roads that will make it a little easier for people to connect. One of the issues that I had with Lowkpia 1.0, I suppose, like the original one, is that we had some massive issues with the traffic. So we want to try and prevent that at all costs, obviously. I do want to make a very similar curve right here, which I will try and do exactly the same way as I did over there. Alright, so there we go. We got that one immediately set up, actually. That was relatively easy. And I'm gonna have to obviously connect those two areas together. I think I'm just gonna do that with some straight roads, without making it like too curvy. There we go. We'll add like... Should we add like 3 of them? Would that work? As long as it's like 100% straight though. I don't want it to be looking awkward. We may just leave it for 1 for now if it's gonna make it look weird. And I guess we'll make a very similar curved road over here as well, just like we have done, you know, over in the other area. So just basically add these weird curves to the road everywhere, just to make it look a little more natural, but also to make sure that we can actually zone in this massive area rather than, you know, just have part of it zoned in. So while building right there, it turns out the entire city is pretty much out of electricity, so I think I've been pushing this for a little too long. I'll add 2 more of those things. They're a little pricey, but that means that I can push down the electricity bill, let's say to 100%. For both day and nighttime, because well, not having any electricity obviously isn't that great an idea. And I think the same is sort of, well, actually the water availability is huge. Huh. Okay, so this is looking pretty good here. We just have to make sure that this place also has water, which is something that I need to be zoning in still, but that's not really that big a deal. And other than that, I think we can start immediately zoning this place in. Obviously, we may have to add some schools and some other, you know, some other needs as well, but I think this is okay. So let's have a quick look at that. Police station, I guess we can add another one. We'll add one over here, because we will likely be expanding towards this direction. So I'll add one over here. There we go. Actually, that was the fire station. We'll do something similar for the police right there, and the school. I guess we kind of do need another school for this district. Schools are not cheap by any means, but I think it is okay right now to start zoning in at least most of this place. There we go. We'll actually make sure that this like containing, or like this connecting bit between the 2 areas is going to be mostly for shopping and whatnot. I think that would be good. So we'll add like a pretty big zone right there. But for the most part, this is all going to be residential. There we go. The electricity will come here as soon as we have the people moving in. They will automatically connect all of it, so shouldn't be a big deal. And just like that, we're adding a massive new region to Pylon Park, making sure obviously that, you know, people will be able to go to work over to the other end as well. And while I mentioned that, actually I just have to make sure that these roads are zoned in then as well. What the heck? Let's just paint all of that. Pylon Park is kind of looking like a scrotum. I just realized. I don't know, it doesn't matter, that's just temporary. And we actually reached the population of a tiny town. Great. So right now we have decoration, which is definitely what I want. We have encouraged biking, which is completely new. School's out. The citizens will prefer working over education. Will prefer working over education. Only small portion of the eligible citizens will go study in a university. Okay. Interesting. We now have new policies. Only residents and businesses can use the area for motor vehicles. Ban other motor traffic. Oh, sick. No loud noise around at night. That's cool. That's really cool. We have a high school now available as well. But that's really interesting. But most importantly, we have now got access to decoration. I guess we'll add one of those schools in there. Preferably in the middle. I do want highly educated citizens because I do plan on adding in a lot of... you know, a lot of like offices and whatnot, but I guess it is time to start adding in a whole bunch of trees. So the question is, what kind of tree do we really want in this area? In my previous playthrough, I would use the tree with leaves for the most part. I think we may actually be going for like the more pine cone trees right here. There's a couple of them. They're not actually pine cones, but whatever. They're conifers apparently. Oh, these are massive. These are really big. Wow, these are really big. Okay, that's really cool. That's actually very good. Okay, so we'll start with a whole bunch of trees over, you know, next to these roads right here. I don't want to be using the same tree over and over and over again, but I think this is going to be the main one. It's a really big tree, which I think will look very nice later, especially once we get it going pretty much everywhere. It's also actually the one that, like, this map uses by default, apparently, together with, like, the small bushes. Very nice. And just adding on tons of them, really. We'll add some different ones over here. These are a little smaller towards the highway right there. I think that's okay. Just keep painting those things in, making those look as good as possible. And we'll actually get rid of like the out of shape ones, or like the ones that weren't really supposed to be there. I mean, I do like a little bit of random in here, so there's a couple. We can put a couple of like gaps in, I suppose. You know, make it look a little natural. But at least, you know, have like a pretty uniform type thing going on right here. So this is great. This is awesome. Now we just have to do something similar inside of the actual living area, which I don't think people will really appreciate me doing, because I'm gonna remove a couple of houses. But I mean, it's all for, you know, better looks, right? Better looks is what it's all about. Alright. So if we paint out a bunch of this stuff, it will remove the houses there, but it means we can put down more trees. Right? That will be a good thing, right? Eventually. Alright, so that was quite the job so far, but I think this is looking like a nice little, you know, nice little city right now. I mean, this place is not the most beautiful thing, and like I mentioned, I do want to replace it with mostly some, you know, offices later on if I can, but we're adding on a lot of trees and it will look better. Can we add some over here as well? I mean, I don't like this purple goose stuff that we got going on here everywhere. Not a big fan of that look. It's actually really cool to see how these trees are different from the ones over here. Like, these are looking way healthier. There's actually different stages. Look, these aren't even looking that healthy. But then if you go all the way right next to the business, those are basically losing all of their leaves. Oh, wow, I've not seen this before. We now have bicycle paths. Huh. I mean, I am Dutch. We love bicycle paths, I'm not gonna lie. How does these work? Like, how can I make these work? Do I just put them down like that? Oh, it automatically connects to the road? That is amazing. Okay, we're gonna make great use of this. I'm gonna put a bicycle path right from here all the way to the other end immediately. There we go. Where is it? Did it disappear? Oh no, it's right there. Look, it's actually like the trees are overhanging it slightly. That's not really what I meant. Maybe we'd have to put it one more out. Yep, that's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better for sure. I wonder if there will be any cyclists. I haven't seen... Oh yeah, there's a cyclist! Hold on. What's your name, sir? I can't zoom in far enough. But look, there's a cyclist right there. So people can now actually cycle, yeah, from and to work. That is awesome. We're gonna add a lot more cycling paths right here. Call me Dutch, but I mean, I do like cycling. There we go. There we go. Make it connect inwards over here as well. So, you know, you actually are able to go places right now. That is amazing. Wait, why is this? Oh, this cycling path right here ends under the hill, apparently. Well, didn't mean to do that. Can I continue onwards with this thing? Oh, now it does work? Great. Awesome. Alright, so we're adding a ton of places where people can cycle. Just making sure that people can get around this area, not just with a car, but also with a bicycle. Can we like add one just like that? Oh yeah, that does work. Just have to get the angle right. That is not getting the angle right. I'm deleting a lot of residential zones with all my stupid biking lanes, but that is gonna be so cool when it's like actually working completely. I wonder what this will look like during the nighttime as well. If anyone wondering if the Dutch stereotype of being a cyclist is true, yes, everyone here owns a bicycle. If not one, multiple. Any Dutch viewers will be able to confirm that down below as well. There's a lot of people here that don't even have a car because they're actually cycling everywhere. So I mean, this is like a match made in heaven. This wasn't here when I first started playing City Skylines, although this is not a good looking cycling path at all. Oh yeah, the bicycle path actually do have lighting at night as well. Look at that. They're everywhere. I put them at so many places. There's actually still some room over here where we can add some more, but they're pretty much everywhere. Look, there's like a mini cyclist path right here. It's amazing, right next to the swing set. Now, I did delete a bunch of trees earlier, so I'm just gonna, you know, touch those back in right now. I think it'd be good for us. I mean, there's still a lot of area zoned in right here, and a bunch of the trees will remove itself, but this is fine. And look, actually, here in the middle, is this the high school? Yeah. Look how much light that high school has. There's actually people at school right now, even though it's the middle of the night. I guess we'll actually have to move the water supply over a bunch, because it's sitting right in the middle of the area. We have to make sure they're not too close together either, as some of you pointed out in the previous video, because then it would just become a bit of a mess. Obviously, we do need to make sure that they have electricity over here. So we'll have to extend these things all the way over. That should do. As far as traffic goes, this is actually not too bad either. I mean, there's one little problem going on over here, but it's not nearly as bad as I had in some of the other cities that I've built so far. This is looking very, very nice. Alright, so looking at the natural resources right here, we're actually building right over top of a massive pile of oil, but it looks like there's actually a lot of places for oil. We can actually start our own little oil business all the way over here. I mean, we could also have some fertile land, or we also have some fertile land that is going on over there, but I think we may be using this stroke here instead later on. But I would like to, I don't think I've ever made an oil like industry. So I think we're gonna build a bridge and go to the other side. Okay, so there's the bridge right there. I did construct it with like 3 of these little things. We're gonna have to connect this inwards towards this place. So what I'm gonna do is just extend this forward a little bit longer. And then make sure it connects in over here. That's expensive though, oh my god. I am out of money. I'm not too happy with this slope right here, or like this weird looking area. I think I may be replacing that at some later time. But I guess it will have to do for now. I actually want to have this entire thing, I think, 1 square up. Like one pile up. Oh god, that was a really expensive joke right there. I don't think we're refunding 100% there. I want to have it 1 up so I can actually connect this massive road, like this main road right here that I got. Connect it onwards right there as well, and I actually want to have it go over the railroad right here. I should have planned that ahead. I basically wanted to go all the way like that. That is gonna be real pricey. I guess we can just make this area for now first, and maybe connect it in later. Alright, so I'm gonna try and work here with the natural flow, I suppose, of the tree line and whatnot. Make sure it's not like, you know, I'm completely changing up the path, or the terrain right here. Alright, so we made a road that is all the way around this little area. As you can see, it's right on top of this natural resource right now. Like I said, I've never actually made this before, so we're gonna have to figure out how to do it. But I think we're just gonna try and make this as efficient as possible without it looking too mechanical, so to say. Alright, so I've very carefully like put down this grid-like shapes, and it's actually made by it's made using this little like guideline system, but very random. I mean, I'm not really like, you know, being very strict about how I'm putting it down. I'm just making sure that it does look at least remotely okay. Like, I do need this to connect in there if I want to make it like this. Hold on. Now we just have to make sure that we get a road, you know, going over this area as well. So this is going to be a 4-lane road that I want to have about this high up. And I need this to go just like that, actually. Make sure it's straight. Why does it do this? What is this dip in right here? I did not talk about a dip in right there, game. I mean, this would be basically mirrored on either end of the road, right? We basically have one of those curves on either end. Would that work? Oh yeah, that works beautifully. Yeah, that is great. Okay, we're gonna keep this. We just need to make sure that this electricity is once again connected. And we need to grab some money some way, because I currently don't have any in order to actually connect this inwards. You know what we can do actually, just temporarily, until we have the money to do so? We can just... Yeah, I think we can just like make it like a 2-lane road. And just use this temporarily. Oh my god, I don't even have money for that. Alright, we'll need to wait a little bit before starting to make this area. But this is great. This is really, really, really nice. Alright, so we'll connect this inwards like that for now. I mean, that is never gonna be the permanent solution, because I do want that to connect inwards over there, obviously. We'll have to make a exit over here as well. We'll just have to find something that works. That works. That works very well, actually. Alright, so there we go. So this bridge is going over the water. People can leave the motorway, or the 4-lane road, actually, what this is, over here as well. And people are able to get over to this area right now. Now we just need to make sure that we get some water on this side of the... Well, on this side of the river, I suppose, is what we can say. We'll make sure to make a very similar grid-like system. We're just very low on money. Alright, and obviously we are gonna have to include this into the district as well, so people won't be, you know, jobless. So we'll have to, like, add this to the district. Pylon Park is actually massive. Pylon Park is gonna be a very huge place. Alright, so I added it into the district, and I had a sneak peek at how, you know, how we are gonna make this oil be ours. Turns out we first need a population of 5,000 before we can assign this area to be an oil district, which is very unfortunate because I was really looking forward to adding that in. So I guess we'll owe that for some later time. Very unfortunate though. Like we'll wait until we have 5,000 citizens and actually make use of it then. But I really do like the look of this place. I do really like the way that it's looking. I guess one thing that we can do in the meantime is make this this fertile land into something we can actually use, like make like a harvesting zone over here. So we haven't like put all that effort in and then gotten nothing out of it, right? I mean, well, I guess we'll be able to use it later on, but I would really like to create some sort of specialized industry right now. Alright, so we got the first setup right here ready to go. So basically in this area we're gonna be adding in the fertile land, and we're gonna make a massive industrial zone over there. Obviously industry or fertile land has the nice benefit that it doesn't actually like pollute the ground. Or as far as I'm aware, it never did. So we'll use that as like our, you know, our guideline. You know, we'll make sure that we can use this to have it close to the people that are working in our city. All right, so this area is actually a little hilly right here. Like there's like tiny little hills everywhere, which make it a little bit difficult to connect everything inwards. But I think this will do, like something like this at the very least. I really do like that. Yeah. Actually, since this is a, you know, a farmer's district, I'm gonna be upgrading these roads, or actually downgrading these roads to gravel roads. So they will look a little bit more farm-like. There we go. Yeah, that looks awesome. I like the look of that a lot. Alright, so now that we have a little more money, I think we can actually continue this road right here and make this actually, you know, fit into the rest of the city. Just like that. So there is a slight curve in there. We may have to redo this bridge at some point, but I think this is great. I mean, it is moving upwards a little bit, but I don't think that will actually bother anyone. Not at least me for now. And we can actually connect this one up here as well. No. Never mind. I didn't say anything. Alright, great. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we really need to be adding to this place other than... Well, do we need any trees? No, not really either. I guess we already have a lot of the natural trees that are running around here. We can add some trees in the middle of it, just to make sure that it ties into the area nicely. But other than that, we're just gonna be adding in a whole bunch of farmer district. Alright, so it looks like the default name this game gives this area is Hemlock Square. If you have any suggestions on how we should be calling our farmland, let me know down below in the comment section of this video. But I think it is time to assign this as indeed a farming industry right here. So there we go. And we're gonna be zoning this in pretty much completely. Well, we don't wanna obviously get rid of our trees, but we're gonna zone this in for a very big part with the beautiful, beautiful farming zones. Okay, we are adding in some residential zones, and obviously I gotta make sure we have water in this area as well. But some residential zones, but it's really gonna be mostly farming land. Alright, yeah, that's it. So we have some place for living here, but it's really mostly farming district right now. Just have to add some water to this area. For some reason, there is not enough workers in this area when it's right next to this area right now. I mean, this is like a massive residential zone, and there's also houses being built in this area. So hopefully it will just take a little bit of time, but if we aren't careful, these beautiful animal farms that we got going on right here are actually gonna be abandoned, so I guess we'll have to see how that goes. Either way, guys, this is what Lowkpia 2.0 is looking like right now. Definitely liking the look of it. I mean, we basically expanded the city to like 4 times its size, it feels like, in this episode. Or at least we doubled, obviously, the residential zone. We added in a massive farming district. We got a oil business ready to set off as soon as we hit 5,000 inhabitants. And we have expanded, well, at least a little bit of industrial zone, but I've added in a lot of trees, bike lanes, and all kinds of other awesome things. So I hope you guys like how this city is going so far. If you have any suggestions whatsoever, feel free to let me know. And other than that, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one.